was a really good impression, though.
Yeah, it was a great impression. It made me laugh. I was like, I'm totally putting that in. That's why I don't want to not use the footage. I want to produce some sort of video from all that. But like I said,
do you have it? Do you have it with you?
Yeah.
You should show it to Richard and see what Richard thinks.
I will. A majority.
He'll probably think it's really funny.
I know.
Huh?
It's just that a majority of the actual like race footage was so shaky.
You guys are live.
Yay. It was just so shaky, and I'm.
Show Margie too. Is Margie there?
Yeah, Margie's here. I'm
show Margie too.
A little frustrated by the whole thing. Hey, hold on. Before you go, will you make sure that my truck's actually locked? Thanks. I wanted to. I'm looking at the past results here, just to see how our day went. I kind of didn't really look at it. I guess I wasn't really on vacation, but I kind of just didn't look at it. I kind of glanced at how many entries we had on Friday and Saturday, but I kind of just was like, meh.
Yeah.
I'm.
All right, this is it.
That's your last one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Trying to find a couple names. Oh, what's that? Is that tool did you get one of those?
Yeah. Yeah.
How much did
Don
he want?
Gave it to me.
Oh, he just gave it to you?
Yeah.
I wonder what those are actually used for.
I don't know. I use it to describe all my or electric pencil all my parts, like my heavy duty, like A-arms and stuff. I just put an HD on them.
Oh, that's a good.
Described them or whatever.
Right, that's a good idea.
So I know what they are.
Yeah.
I don't think they're marked in any way.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what this is for. Something.
I thought about maybe like a just an etching tool.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. It's like a blank case, and you can probably text him.
Yeah. You're like, hey man.
He said they're like $16 on Amazon.
That's cheap.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's really cheap. Oh God. Oh. It's so loud.
Yeah.
My feed is frozen.
Ooh.
I wonder if it's just the internet.
Maybe.
I'm looking at the Oh, no, it's still going. I think it's just my internet. Or maybe my thing. Oh, see, somehow it hit pause. That's weird. That's what happened.
Huh.
Yeah, I was getting all weirded out on that one too.
Ooh, I'm gonna engrave my name into my Dremel. Be cool.
I was about to say right now, like right this minute.
I don't know. We're waiting on you.
It sounds like a dying giraffe.
Is that what the giant grass sound like?
Wah, wah, wah.
Super dialed. Yeah, perfect.
All right, before we get started, Joel Florkey's got a question that I think, that looks nice.
Yeah, thanks.
That I feel like
Doc.
I've answered before, but just very quickly, he said, how can I get started in RC car racing? And Cole Webb says, buy a Slash and race Plex spec. And Cole Webb is absolutely 100% correct.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100. So, yeah, dude, yeah. It doesn't really matter what car you have. It's just you race Plex spec. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
Plex spec is where it's at all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or whatever beginner class that your local track has.
Yeah, we're the only ones that call it Plex spec. And but other places call it novice, beginner, sportsman. I've seen novice. I just when we were making that up way back in 2005, I was trying to make a brand name for our beginner class, and that's where Plex Spec came from.
Yeah.
There's nothing spec about Plex Spec.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for everybody has a good time.
That's true. I just wanted Hobbyplex or Plex to be in the name somehow.
Mm-hmm. And it rhymes, so it's cool.
It does rhyme. Yeah, Plex Spec. Okay, well, I'll start us off. How about that? It's 6:33.
How about that?
We're actually on time.
Yeah, why don't you start us off? How about
that? Hey, guys. This is Alex Sturgeon with the Hobbytown Hobbyplex. And with me, as always,
Will Brinton.
And we are bringing you the Hobbyplex show where we talk about mostly stuff that can happen at the Hobbyplex, but we have some RC chat in there, new products every once in a while. We talk about, of course, our local racing, some racing that we do, national level racing. It's kind of turned into an RC car show. I was trying initially to like be inclusive to other hobbies like RC planes and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, there's not really that much to talk about with RC planes.
Yeah, it's like, hey, did you guys see the new P-51 Mustang from some guy? Like, yeah, we saw it. Cool.
Great.
You see the new motor? Yep.
Sweet.
Cool. I mean, it's the same. They're the same airplanes they've had for the last 50 years, you know?
Yeah.
New servo comes out, like...
Cool.
Yeah. Did you break it? No. Great.
Sweet. What was I going to say?
Now the airplane guys are going to be mad
I know
at
they're
me.
going to be mad at me. God.
Huh?
A lot of them are kind of up there in age. They probably don't listen to podcast.
Oh, true that. Yeah, man.
Let's keep
I'm an airplane guy, though. We're both airplane guys.
Yeah. I need to get mine fixed.
Oh, so you're not an airplane guy? You don't have an airplane?
Yeah, I do.
You must have an airplane to be an airplane guy.
I've got an airplane, but it's missing its front cowl and prop and motor shaft and motor right now. I need to get it fixed.
One of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an airplane. It's missing one of everything.
I've actually been looking at a new plane to get. I just don't know what to get. I want a Timber X. They got this nighttime Timber X that can get all lit up and stuff. I think that'd be pretty rad.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the new Thunder Cougar Falcon Bird.
And then I saw FMS has a couple cool scale planes that I thought was really neat. I really want a P-38 Lightning from somebody. Kip's got one that he finally gave me a price on what to buy it, and I'm just like, oof.
How much is that?
Like $500.
Man, you can buy a lot of RC car stuff with that $500.
I know, and but it's so cool. P-38 is like one of my all-time favorite airplanes.
Biplanes are my favorite. I'm a sucker for a good biplane.
Yeah, biplanes are rad, dude. That's I got an Ultimate too. They got that new Ultimate.
I had an Ultimate 3D, the dams and everything on it.
Yep. Yeah, that's what my Ultimate 2 is. It's basically a 3D plane. It's got 3 different built-in levels of throw.
Elevon mixing.
Well, not really mixing, but if you can fly it like a sport plane, and it barely throws the surfaces, control surfaces, and then you can put it on like a basic 3D mode where it gives it a little bit more, and then you can put it into extreme 3D mode where it gives it a lot, and then that's what I usually fly it at, and then I usually land it on the easy mode, so I don't. Really
when you fly it in extreme mode, do you drink a Mountain Dew and eat Doritos? So you're extreme.
No, I mean sometimes I love Doritos.
Yeah. Yeah, keep it extreme. I like how we just said this isn't an airplane show. Now we're talking about airplanes.
I know.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Dude, okay, so before we start talking about other stuff, I took Emerson Sturgeon to the DMV today. So I had this plan today because I was supposed to have yesterday off. I worked a couple hours at the Plex, and then it got slow, and there was only too many people there, and I'm like, well, I'm going home. So I left. And we went back a little bit later, and we took my bridge back. So I built this really awesome wood bridge for the crawling course, and this would have been the third time that I had to fix it at the Plex because all the kids crawl on it and knock it down. And I'm kind of tired of it. So I'm building this crawler course in my backyard, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take that home, and I'm just going to build something else there that's way stronger. And so so I took all that stuff home. I made Emerson drag it to the backyard, and then I worked on it today. But my plan today was to get that all done, spend most of the day out there in my backyard. Well, then yesterday, of course, as we were out doing stuff, because as soon as I get home, my wife's like, hey, you're off? Let's go do some stuff. And I'm like, yay, let's go do some stuff. That sounds great. So
sign me up.
Yeah, so we went to like the mall, and we went to see this bike shop that has a whole bunch of China bikes. And
you went to the mall?
Yeah, we went to the mall here.
Was there like 2 people there?
Yeah. It was pretty slow, but I mean, Gretchen wanted to go to Dillard's for a purse. So
I hate going to the mall.
Yeah, Emerson and I went to the food court.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you get an Orange Julius?
No, they don't have that there anymore. They have something else called Orange something, where it's basically like Orange Julius left, and they left all their equipment, so somebody came and bought Orange Julius, and now they basically serve Orange Juliuses, but they're not Orange Juliuses.
I think it's Orange Theory.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Orange Theory. Thank you.
It's like Orange Julian.
Yeah. So we had pizza. We had 2 pieces of pizza, and they were basically it was like store-bought pizza that was heated up. That's what I think it was.
So was it Sbarro?
No, it wasn't Sbarro. It was
somebody bought the Sbarro too. And
yeah.
Like, we got DiGiorno. It's better than delivery.
So anyways, so then she's like, hey, tomorrow you got to take Emerson to the DMV. And I'm like, what? So I spent 3 hours of my life that I'll never get back going to the DMV today. So Emerson can get his state ID so that he can get this job that he applied for and was hired. He's gonna be your next one of your next drive-through people at McDonald's at 168th. No, I'm sorry, Elkhorn. He's going to eventually be at the Elkhorn one.
We need to find out when he's working the drive-through so we can go in and like order like weird stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I told Aaron, like, man, that was the most time I've eaten like when we got back from our trip this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most time I've eaten McDonald's in like the last 3 years.
Yeah, it was.
And it's like Emerson only wanted to eat there, and now he's working there. Like, he likes it so much, he's working there.
Yeah. They're paying 14-year-olds $10 an hour.
Yeah.
And he can only work 20 hours a week, so $200 a week minus taxes. That's not too bad for being 14.
Yeah, be able to buy a car.
I moved out of my house. My parents, when I was 19, which would have been 1998. Mm-hmm. I moved out of my parents' house. I got an apartment. It was $325 a month in 1998 on $725 an hour. That's what I was. Because I worked at Gamers for 4 years and in the late 90s, and $725 an hour was all I was making. And I moved out of my parents' house on that.
I remember when I was working at Hobbytown, when I started there, I was making $625 or $650 or something like that. Mm-hmm. I thought that was actually really good money when I was in high school.
Yeah. As always, this show is brought to you by Pivot Lending Group. And you can find them at pivotlending.com. And if you mention our show to Don Zoller or David Olson's dad, you can get $500 lender credit or 0.125 off your interest rate on your next home loan or refinance, which honestly, with the amount of real estate prices here in Omaha, would be kind of a smart thing to do, even if you're not going to move anywhere.
Do it.
That's what Gretchen and I did.
Back to the mall though.
Yeah.
I want to buy like a mall. No, I want to buy like a mall like restaurant thing, like in a food court.
Yeah.
And put in like a McDowell's, like in Coming to America.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Were you really? Yeah, like the Golden M or whatever. Like, I want to make a McDowell's. And you get sued by McDonald's.
Yeah, or sued by McDowell's. I bet you that's trademarked somewhere.
Mm-hmm. That'd be sweet.
So you'd have to like come up with another one, like one that's close to both of them.
Yeah, like
like McDougal's.
Yeah, that's a obscure Simpsons reference.
Is it? You mean I made a Simpsons reference without knowing it?
Yeah, you did actually.
Gosh darn it, Simpsons did it.
Mm-hmm.
Weak.
Weak.
Okay, one more thing. We got to tidy. I want to tidy this up. So we are on Patreon, believe it or not.
Yes.
And right now we have 2 Patreon members, Peter Renault and Nick Chestnut. And I just want to give a big shout out to them for being our first Patreon members. I have some ideas on how to use Patreon, but I don't want to like get anything like let any cats out of the bag or anything. But I do have a couple ideas, and I think if it works out, it could be very interesting. A very fun thing to do to have some exclusive content to Patreon. So at this moment,
yeah, it'd be cool.
Peter and Nick would be the only ones be able to use that exclusive content. So
yeah. Or you can check out my OnlyFans.
I mean, that's basically what it is. That's basically what these things are now is kind of your own OnlyFans, except that we're not, naked or anything.
Oh, we're not going to get naked on Patreon?
No, I don't think so.
Dang.
I don't even know if that goes against it. It probably does. I'm sure it goes against the rules. Unless it's like artistic, I bet. Or something like that.
We can make art.
Yeah, I can make art. Okay. So I don't. I've been grappling with this today. It's actually not a funny subject. But I want to give a mention because like, okay, so I sometimes make fun of it on here, but like my mom died in 2009. She was 55 years old. It's definitely a moment in my life where I realized that we're not immortal. I think every human being has where in there, like if you're like when you're in your 20s and stuff, and maybe 30s, early 30s, and everything's going great, and all your family members are alive, and all that, where you kind of think you're, not immortal.
This is going to last forever.
Yeah, and then something crazy happens like that, and I know it hit me, and I was like, oh crap! Like, at the time I think I was 32 or something like that, and I was like, holy shit! Like I've only got like 20 years left. Is how I think about it. I know I could live longer than that. I'm just saying, like, 55 is pretty young. So, it's not something that like affected me in the way of I can't really say that I had any like depression or anything from that, but it was definitely a sad moment. I mean, my mom and I got along. It's not like it's not like I was ever happy or anything like that she was gone. I'm definitely sad. But it's just it's a crazy thing, our mortality. And I found out today that Rex Welch, who's Kendall Welch's dad, and I believe he's the guy behind RW Mods, who modded engines and stuff, passed away yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want, I don't know if he watches or anything like that, because Kendall's kind of been out of RC for a little while. But I just want him to know that I'm definitely thinking about him, and I'm really sorry to hear about his loss, and I hope their family comes out okay. I mean, as okay as you can be for losing your dad or your husband or whatever. Because I think he's I'm pretty sure that was close. I mean, they were a close family. The other cool thing about Kendall is that Kendall was always really good at RC, but he was never like he was never he was one of those racers that doesn't get mad even when things aren't going his way. Like he's always very even keeled and he's always happy. You could always kind of mess with him a little bit. His dad came down a few times for some of our racers and was kind of the same way. They're always very even keeled, and And I don't know. I just this is pretty sad news, and I just want to give their family a shout out to know that we're thinking about them.
Yeah, Kendall and Rex, they're guys that, like, anytime I'd run into them at a race, or we'd be at the same race, or I'd travel up there and see them, it's like we just pick up where we left off,
Yeah.
They're like, if Kendall and I were closer, like, together, I always thought we would hang out,
Yeah.
Think a lot alike, and, really good family. I'm going to miss Rex. I mean, the last time I saw him was at Thunder Road, and I went up there for that carpet race. We all went out to dinner, and at that place that we drove by. I can't remember what it was called, but that big, like, steakhouse looking thing, the Tap, whatever.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it either. Yeah, it looked like a nice place. We almost probably should have stopped there.
Yeah, but instead we went to the bar from Fargo, and it was great.
The food was hot, so that was good.
Yeah. No, but I mean, just to get back to my point, I mean, both the good, consistent, nice people. I've never seen either one of them angry.
Yeah. And
so, yeah. And I didn't find out until, like, you texted me right before the show.
I read the post from Kendall's mom, and I mean, it's kind of sad. I mean, they were out on, like, a group bike ride apparently, and they think he might have just had a heart attack or had a maybe a blood clot or something like that. But it's not really any of my business, so I don't want to get into it too much. But I mean, at least, like,
no,
in that regard, they were out doing something together, which is what I always try to do with Emerson. I'm always trying to have him and I do stuff together, because eventually he's going to get, he's going to move away. He's going to be an adult and start leading his own life, and hopefully we're close the whole time. But let's say he moves to a different city or something. I won't be able to see him as much. So I try to spend as much time with him as I can, and it was nice to see them spending time together too.
Definitely.
So anyways, I know we get pretty giggly and funny about the show, and I know that that's something that hopefully doesn't bum everybody out, but I just kind of want to lead off the show with just letting them know that we're thinking about them. It's sad. So, well, what else did we do this weekend? What else happened this weekend? There's no real racing because the Nats was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There's nothing national, right? I didn't see anything.
Not that I know of. I mean, there's that, I don't know what race it was. It must have been in California.
Yeah. There was that
Cavalieri went to.
The Proline Summer Shootout from the Hot Rod Hobbyist crew.
Okay.
I watched some video of that track and of Dustin practicing. I saw some laps from Cavalieri practicing. I really didn't see anything else on that at the time.
Yeah.
I think the mains are on Facebook. Pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. At least one of them.
That's the only one I can think of.
Yeah.
It's hard to follow up a Nats with another big race.
Yeah.
Everybody's burned out. They've been somewhere for a week, and I don't have enough money to go to another race. So
yeah. I saw Ryan Lutz was at a track in Ohio, and they had like almost 300 entries for a one-day event.
That's pretty cool.
And then I saw a post from Bornhorst saying that he was going to take the week off, and then saw the entry count. Grabbed his e-buggy and went racing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah. So that's kind of how our weekend went, didn't it? So
yeah,
we
showed up and drove.
So we had made plans to go to the Region 8 regionals for Nitro 8-scale electric 8-scale at Fastlane in Kansas City, Missouri. This was kind of one of those weekends that I had planned since I knew the race was happening way back in like February. And we got all packed up. We went to your house Thursday night, and we're all set and ready to go. We were going to do after hours from your house, but it was kind of late, and
it would have been way after hours.
Yeah, it would have been way after hours, so we just kind of skipped it. I was super tired too, because I think something happened where I ended up staying up like crazy late on Wednesday again.
Yeah.
And so anyways, so we woke up and checked the weather because they had gotten rain on Thursday that day, and then they said, we'll let you know by 9 a.m. Friday, and they canceled the race. And so we were just kind of twiddling our thumbs on what to do. We started looking at other tracks to go to, and we thought about maybe Emory Park in Wichita, and they were rained out. We had thought about Thunder Road in Moline, Illinois, and they were rained out. And then we looked up Aspen Park in South Dakota, Sioux Falls area, and they didn't race till Sunday. And then we went out to eat breakfast, and we're sitting there, and you're like, what about something in Minnesota? And then it dawned on me that I had planned on going up to FTR a couple times this year, but a lot of their dates crossed up with stuff that I also wanted to go to, like the Region 8 regionals. And so I brought up their flyer, and sure enough, they were racing that Saturday. And so we just decided, well, okay, let's go. And so we made the 6.5 hour drive to Foley, Minnesota, which is to Full Throttle Raceway, which is Sean Van Dalen's track, Seth Van Dalen's dad. And they were having their series, one of their series races. And we got there about 9 o'clock on Friday night.
Yeah, it was great. Just packed up and went up there. Got to pit in the hobby shop kind of building.
Yeah, that was nice.
It was really cool. Like we didn't have to. I was like, where should we pit at? We don't have any lights. I didn't even think about bringing in lights.
I didn't think about it either. It's dumb.
Yeah, and they're like, you just pit in the shack or whatever. Like, what, the shack? Like, yeah, just go over there in the shack. I go in there, and Sean's in there, and he didn't know I was coming. He was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
Yeah.
So, yep, drove that far for a club race. I had a great time.
Yeah, they let us practice till like midnight on Friday because they're out in the boonies, so nobody cares.
I ran packs until 2.
Did you? I can't remember what time we left.
That's when we left. Was 2.
Oh my god, I don't even remember that. We got video of it. So, so I got this new camera, and the first video I made was the drag racing video with it. And compared to this weekend, the drag racing was a lot easier to film. So
yeah.
So I got us like in the car, getting rained on our way up there because of course we got rained on the way up there. Why not? We kind of documented the steps we took to head up there, and a lot of the actual RC car video that I took was kind of shaky. And
yeah, it was like the Blair Witch Project,
dude. So one of the biggest things that bothers me about YouTube videos, RC car YouTube videos, it's shaky camera work.
I'm so scared. I'm so startled right now. I'm so startled right now.
On a side note, I saw the original Blair Witch Project in the movie theaters because my manager, Mike Shue at Gamers, told me that I should go see Blair Witch Project because it was true. They found, the story was they found this footage with nobody around and all this other stuff. And so, so I bought into it. I'm like, really? I'm like, I got to go see this. And so I went and saw it, and I was scared out of my pants. And
Were you really?
Oh yeah. Heck yeah. And then like a couple weeks later, I remember Mike coming in and going, dude, you know that Blair Witch movie? I'm like, yeah, it's all fake. And I was like, what? I was surprised.
I want my $8 back.
Yeah, I want my $8 back.
Give me back my $15.
You're gonna have to torture me for it.
Yeah. I don't know if I should say what Mel Gibson said on South Park, but if we can say it, Richard, pipe that in, please. He's going all daffy. Yeah, that's what they call them, Daffy.
Then he craps all over. Was it Cartman?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. Anyways, so we went up there and we practiced, and then we spent the night in $145 a night hotel.
Yeah, it was ritzy.
Yeah.
I felt too nice, honestly.
Yeah. And we spent, how many hours did we actually spend there? We got there, we went to sleep at like 2:30 or so.
We slept for 5 hours.
Yeah, and then we woke up and
So,
rated.
wait, what does that break down to per hour?
Good. That's a good question. I was trying to figure that out. Hold on, I got a calculator.
Okay, calculate it.
I'm going to calculate it out. Where's it at? Oh, here we go. Okay, so $145 divided by 5 is it's $30 a night, or $30 an hour.
I slept for $30 an hour. God, that's so funny.
So yeah, $30 an hour at this hotel, and then we went back, and then they started qualifying at 11. How did it go? I don't know. This one I struggled with for sure.
Well, I took a brand new e-buggy that I don't know anything about the new car. I just took it up there and was running it. Kyle Holmberg got me closer, but honestly, it was kind of like, I really didn't have any expectations. I was just going to drive my car because it had no time on it, no breaking in, nothing. And kind of like, even at the end, I don't think it's still right. Like, it needs like a good hour on this car, another hour to break in the drivetrain and get everything working right to where it builds grip. Because it just felt, no matter what I did, it was still just too soft. That tells me the drivetrain isn't binding yet, you know. And I was looking at my CVD, or my CVDs, my outdrives and everything, and they still look like brand new. Maybe a little bit of wear, but not what you want for an 8 scale. So, I learned a lot about the new car. I mean, that's a positive thing to take away from it. And Kyle Holmberg's really dialed in an e-buggy, so with this car, and he helped me. He gave me a set of shocks to run in the main. I was like, look at my rebound. I like pushed my car down and picked it up because I kept trying to make it stiffer, and the rear shocks didn't even like move yet. Like, you'd pick it up and then they'd come down. And I was like, that's not gonna work. And so he was like, just take these shocks and we'll put them on your car. And like, he did that, and it was better, but it still just didn't have that drive like it should have, you know, especially on outdoor.
Yeah.
But so I was just kind of sliding around, having a good time. I had a great time. Like, I don't even know how I finished. Like 5th, 6th, something like that.
You finished 6th. I went back and looked. Yeah.
I was up to, I believe, 3rd at one time.
Yeah, you were.
And then I crashed it all away.
Yep.
It was just like the track was it was overcast, so it didn't really groove up. And to describe the surface, it was like pancake batter in a bag. Like that dusty fluffiness.
Yep.
And which is, you know, no tire wear is great. You could run one set of tires. I ran green reflexes, and they were really good. So it was like we're all kind of racing the track. But I think that knowing what I know now, if I were to go back, I'd have a lot better car. So
honestly, I thought my car was great. I just drove it bad. Like, my Techno car, I'll tell you what, the car that I have right now is basically the same setup. I made some changes after the Thunder Road race back in May. But even then they were very small changes. But I basically have the same car that I ran the last run of the Winter Series. And I kind of felt behind on the high traction clay track, but on this outdoor stuff so far, that car is really good. And that's not even without, I mean, I haven't put any of the Van Dalen or Tebow Wiggins setup stuff on it at all. I just kind of built it. And I qualified 2nd after the first qualifier with one little minor crash. Yeah. And I was rewatching the video last night trying to figure out how I was going to tell our story. And that first qualifier, the track's pretty dialed, dude.
Dude, I had no crashes.
Yeah.
I was slow, but I was just kind of like rolling around.
Yeah.
You know, just not like I felt like I was waiting for my car at times.
Yeah.
You know, when like Kyle passed me in our heat, and I was like, "Yep, I can't get out of that corner that fast."
Yeah.
Yet, you know.
Yep.
And just running a clean race, and keeping her all four wheels on the dirt type of deal.
Yep.
But I think because I was running blue springs all the way around in my car, I think I should have just kept that. Like, I shouldn't have changed my car after the first qualifier, because that was probably as good as it was going to get.
Right.
With the stiffer springs and stuff on it. But, whatever.
Yeah. That's kind of how I was.
I'd crash in the main. I was like laughing. Just my cars went like tumbling everywhere. Like, I don't know. I had a good time.
My second qualifier, I don't even feel like talking about, because I basically crashed so many times that it didn't really matter.
Yeah, I crashed I lost count.
And then the main came, and Kyle crashed on the opening lap, and Jordan and I got around him, and I was up there going, okay, here we go. I'm back in the game here. And then on the third lap, I crashed, and I did it in probably the worst spot on the planet, and I think I got the longest marshal I've ever had in my entire life. And I watched all 10 cars just go right by me, and it took a while because you guys were all kind of spread out.
Yeah. I crashed on the first lap and went to last.
Yeah. So I finally got
I laid up on that on the big double that was on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
I laid up to keep from piling into whoever is in front of me. I had like a good run on him. I was like, I'm gonna hit him, and I lifted, and I just like went flying off the track.
Yeah.
Whatever. It was my own fault. I should have stuck with it. You know.
So I was working my way back up. I think at one point I was battling for fifth, and and I was behind KP Reigns. And he was doubling the back doubles, and I was singling it, and I let up a little bit to gap him, to let him gap me a little bit, and then I don't know what I was thinking. It's one of those things where I was like, this would be really cool if I could just jump over the top of him, and so I gunned it to do the triple, and he had not quite cleared the double yet, and I just completely cleaned him out midair, and we got that on video. So that was great.
Nice.
Yeah. And I waited, because I'm like, totally my fault. That's stupid of me, really stupid. And that the leaders get away some more. I think you got away from me some more. And then the last thing that happened to me in that main was so in the same spot that I had to wait for all 10 cars to go by. I was coming around. I cleaned the triple. Yeah. Rolled it, and then I was heading up the hill, and that same corner marshal took your car. The same marshal that waited for all 10 cars before he got me, took your car and chucked him right in front of my car.
Yeah.
He took your car.
I had that planned. I still own like $5.
Yeah, he took your car and chucked it right in front of my car, and I got knocked completely off the track. And so then I was kind of pissed. So I took my radio because I was mad, and I shook it. I was like, damn it. And I shook my radio. Mm-hmm. Well, the bottom of my radio, my MT44, is broken. The battery holder thing is broke. And normally it's not a problem. But when you shake your radio out of rage and frustration, the bottom opens up and your battery falls out in the middle of the race. And you have no more control over your car.
You should have got the rage protection battery door.
Yep, should have. So I stared at my radio battery that was lying on the driver's stand floor, and then I was like, grab it, and I meant to say, my battery's out, but what I said was, my battery's dead, which is not true.
Yeah.
But either way, I had no more control of my car, and at that point I was like, I'm just better off just not running anymore. So I gathered it all up, and I walked over there and grabbed my car and started packing up. I did not throw my radio. I just want everybody to know that. I had like two people come up. I had two people come up to me and go, "Did you throw your radio?" I'm like, "No, I didn't throw my radio."
I thought you threw your radio.
I know you did. I did not throw my radio. I shook my radio. Did not throw it. So
yeah, we should go back.
Yeah, I would love to. I just got to find the dates. So my next outdoor race that I have planned is the Emory Park. What do they call it? The Air Capital Showdown or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's July 25th that weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm going to that, and then we're going to go to the Cheyenne Showdown like 3 weeks later when I'm actually on vacation in Wyoming.
Oh. I want to go back a little more prepared. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I want to be prepared.
Now that I know what that surface is like, because, Thunder Road, when we went there, it was hard packed, dry, but it had a groove. Like the groove was very pronounced. If you kept your car in the groove, you're pretty good. It was pretty rough, but it was a little bit, I would say, slower. Full throttle. With the overcast we had, it never really did have a groove, which was cool because, like you said, dude, my tires I ran triple Ds. I can't even tell I ran them. I cleaned them and looked at them and went, "Huh, this is great."
You know what tire I think would have been really good there is those with the overcast and how since the track didn't groove up, the surface it just kind of kept peeling.
Yeah,
and you just fresh dirt every lap.
Yeah,
I think that those J Concepts Magmas, those big gnarly meaty tires.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're called.
I think
they're
right.
offering yellow compound.
Yeah.
Those would have just been I think they would have been really good.
Yeah,
on something like that.
That'd have been fun too to have those. And have people go what tires are those?
Yeah, dude, these are like paddle tires.
Yeah. So in that regard, Jordan Cortan won the race from the third qualifying spot. He actually passed me. I blew this corner and he went underneath me, and then a lap later is when I crashed. And Kyle Hermbug, because of his opening lap crash, he could just never. He ran out of time basically. He finished about a second behind Jordan at the end, so it was a 10-minute race. So again, if you crash in the opening lap, you're not really out of it yet. And then Clayton Cartaluca, who's come down a few times to the Plex, he finished third.
Yeah.
Okay, now
I was I recognize some of these names.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So that's how our race went. We raced electric, and then Emerson raced nitro. And we went up there when we went up there Friday night. We ran. I really wanted to just get his car running, just so I could hear it. And boy, that thing was lean on the top Friday night.
Yeah,
Emerson, the way Emerson drives, he doesn't. When he's in the air off of these jumps, I try to tell him, I'm like, dude, you got to hit tap your brakes or something to put your nose down a little bit. But instead, he was nose high a lot of times, and in doing so, you could hear the engine just go wee. So we worked on that, and then I feel like we got it running kind of back to normal for Saturday. He qualified 8th in the first round. Second round, he actually improved by 2 seconds, which was good. He still didn't get a clean run. He just didn't get a perfect run, but he still did okay. So he did. Yeah. He qualified 8th. They took 8 to the main, so he didn't have to bump up or anything like that, which was nice, honestly. And then the main came, and I got the first 4 minutes or so of it on video, and I got the last 4 minutes or so on video because I was pitting for him. And I don't know what it is about racing in him, and rough tracks. He tends to shine. He tends to do really. He was that way at State Line. He was in his main at State Line in the last race that we were there. They let him borrow that car, and if it wasn't for a flame out, I mean, he was destroying everybody in his main. He would have at least bumped up once, But in qualifying, but he had a rough qualifying go of it. But in the main, he was just on a tear, and that's kind of what he was doing here. He was trying to stay clean, trying to not run into people, and there was a few flame outs that happened from some of the guys around him. And at one point, he was in 4th, and the pits happened, and he kind of fell back a little bit. He had 1 or 2 long crashes. And then before you know it, he's being announced in 4th place. And the 3rd place guy crashes, and now he's coming around in 3rd. So I think the last 2 minutes, him and the guy that was racing 3rd, I'll bring up his name here, they were going back and forth. And Emerson basically had one less crash.
Yeah.
And so we were using Discord again to talk to each other. You know how everybody's got those expensive headphones and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, at the Plex, when we raced Truggy, Emerson's like, oh, why don't we just make a Discord server and talk to each other that way? And so we'd bring our Xbox headphones with the mic and tap into our Discord, and it worked. And that's what we did here. He had his earbuds in on one ear, and I had Discord going on my phone, and I was like, hey, nod your head if you can hear me. And he'd nod his head, and I'm like, this is great. So I didn't have to yell at him to pit. And towards the end there, I was telling him, I was like, dude, that guy that's behind you, he's fourth, you're third. You need to stay in front of him. And he did what he needed to do to take the third position. So I was pretty happy with him. Cal Holmberg was 4 laps up on Emerson, and Jordan Cortan was 2 laps up. But either way, dude, I mean, I was pretty stoked. I mean, honestly, his finish, I didn't say this in the video wrap up that we did. This is something I meant to say, but his finish in this race basically made me forget all about the electric race that just happened. Like,
yeah.
I didn't even care. I was like, whatever. Emerson's awesome. So, so yeah, I was pretty happy. Emerson killed it, man. He did really, really good. And it's fun to have him. It's fun to have him race Nitro. I like being pit dad.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like my pit stops are pretty good. I need to learn how to
I didn't get to watch any of them.
I need to learn how to do the one-handed pit thing where you pick up the car and shove the thing in there, and I don't know. It's fine though. We did pretty good. So that was that.
Good enough.
Yeah, that was that. Then we turned around and came home. We were thinking about staying another night, but they got done early enough. I mean, we got home at 12:30. Well, we got to my house at 12:30. You had to spend another hour driving.
Yeah.
But either way, had a nice relaxing Sunday. I got to sleep in. Then I went to work for a little bit during the busy, the peak hours. And then ended up going back home and spending time with the family again. And then that's it. And then back to work tomorrow. So we got I'm gonna actually there's nothing I really need to do to the racetrack. So I'm just going to head to work tomorrow. I'm gonna try to clean a few things. And then I'm actually going to work on the crawler course. I'm going to try to move around some rock with a pry bar and some muscle and see if I can make some new lines. I've been meaning to do that for a while, and I think tomorrow's going to finally work out. It's not even supposed to be that hot, so it's going to work out really nice for me. And then we got club racing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. We got another just regular club race Friday and Saturday coming up. Family Friday off-road and Saturday speed off-road. And then the following week is a summer series race. And so next week, Monday and Tuesday, the track will be closed because I'm going to be making some pretty significant changes to the track.
Yeah.
So it needs it. It's kind of beat up in a few spots now. So it definitely needs some change. So there you go. That was our weekend. For those of you watching or will watch this one, I took some footage. It's going to take me a little while to edit this one together because I got to really pick out the moments that the new camera thing I'm learning. It was a lot of the action shots were pretty sketchy. They were pretty shaky. Blair
Witch.
Yeah, and nothing's worse than watching an RC car video with shaky RC car video. So I got to get better at that. I'm thinking about getting a gimbal.
Yeah, I'd gimbal on it.
If you can find one. Like, they're all out of stock everywhere.
Yeah, probably to do with the chip shortage.
Probably. So there's that. Do you want to take a pivot break and we'll talk about the racing that did happen at the Plex, and then we'll take some questions from the audience, and then we'll get out of here.
How many questions do we got?
There's a couple. Jackson brought up something that we could probably talk about if you know about it. Something I might try. I might try it. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a break.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Yeah!
This is a Pivot Lending Update with David Olson and Don Zoller. Get some.
This is David Olson with Pivot Lending Group. Today is May 10th, 2021, and I'm here to give you guys an update on Pivot Lending. Last time we were on the show, we had just opened up our new headquarters that were located at 470 in Kipling in the Littleton, Colorado. Super excited about that. But we have also opened up an office outside of Las Vegas. So we have a new retail office there. And just 2 weeks ago, opened up an office in Salt Lake City. The office manager in Salt Lake City is Taylor Bills. So we're excited. Taylor's from the area. He's got an interesting past. He played professional baseball. He was a pitcher. He also, I think it was the very first reality show on ABC, like America's Most Beautiful Person. He won it. And so he's really, really great guy. So we are on the cusp of entering into some really exciting markets in the New England area. So stay tuned and look forward to bringing the updates to you guys here probably towards the end of summer.
David Olson, NMLS 16099. Don Zoller, NMLS 277589. Pivot Lending, NMLS 109995.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
So I was looking at the results from this weekend. Family Friday Off-Road had 42 entries. Saturday Speed Off-Road had 39. So Friday, Friday beating out Saturday. But Saturday had more drivers, so it was 25 drivers to 23 drivers.
Yeah.
Just want to go over the results really fast, and then we'll get into the chat, and I'll all of you guys that are watching right now, I'll make sure I reference just about whatever I can. Okay, so here we go. PlexSpec had an A and B main on Friday night, which to me, I've said this many times, that's a win for me. Anytime that Friday nights have 2 heats of PlexSpec, no matter what else happens, to me, 2 heats or more is a win. Even 1 heat wouldn't matter to me, but 2 heats is great. So Brandon Melke took the win in that one. Isabella McMullen with the Bandito got second. Ezra McMullen, which I believe is Isabella's bro, got third. He rarely races, so that's interesting. Nick Rustermeyer was there, finished 4th. Brian Melke finished 5th. Tanner Hall was 6th. Alex Eichler was 7th, and Steve Eichler was 8th. So that means that Alex must have been running his new car. That's pretty funny. The A main saw Steve Wall and Josh McMullen and Diego Quintana finished 1st, 2nd, 3rd. TJ Williams finished 4th. Cannon McLean was 5th. Ethan Rustermeyer was 6th. And Michael Prendergast was 7th. And then we had a stock buggy A main, it looks like. And wow, good turnout. Very nice turnout. Jackson Anderson finished 1.187 seconds ahead of Cole Webb in 2nd. And then Cole finished ahead of TJ. Eli Webb was 4th. Josh McMullen was 5th. Dylan Haas was 6th. Cody Kupke was 7th. And Ryder, I'm going to kill this last name, Gottalch was 8th. I think I got that right. Mini Truggy, there was 5 of them. John Haas with the win on a Friday night in Mini Truggy. Had a TJ Williams. TJ was probably running his 2-wheel drive in that one. Nate Will was 3rd. Steve Wall was 4th. And Cody Kupke was 5th. Looks like he might have busted out. He did qualify 2nd, so looks like he busted out of that one. Then a 13.5 class with Jackson Anderson as a win. TJ Williams 2nd. John Haas was 3rd. An E-Buggy class. Jackson Anderson with the win. Steve Wall was 2nd. Nate Will was 3rd. All 3 of those guys were going to go to Kansas City. And then Michael Prendergast was 4th. And then Itsy Bitsy. So Trevor must have added a new class, and it was called Itsy Bitsy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's got to be
I wonder
minis.
what that
It's got to be minis, right? Like mini tees?
Must be.
He inadvertently referenced a Trinity car from like 2005 the Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Yep.
One of the worst mini cars ever made.
Yep. Came and went.
Yeah. That and the Sportworks Chaos were two of the.
Yeah, the Nitro 18 scale car. I have one of those engines still somewhere.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it's never been started. If I do, like, hell will probably, like, rise up from...
Yeah, Cthulhu will come through the earth and come up from the underground.
Mm-hmm. That'd be sweet. I should start it.
Cthulhu cult with a chaos motor.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Williams with the win. Cody Kupke was second. Dylan Haas, it looks like, was third. And then Ethan Rustemeyer was fourth. Nick Rustemeyer was fifth. Alex Eichler was sixth. And Steve Eichler was seventh. But they got the same numbers, so I'm not sure if it's because they didn't start or if it's because they put two different classes together. But either way, how about that, dude? Good night. 42 entries on a Friday night in the middle of summer. That's what I'm talking about. Then Saturday had 6 heats, and I think Rinterneck. Oh yeah, look at this. So check this out, because like I said, this is the first time I've even looked at this. So the 4-wheel drive mod A main, Tom Rinterneck, Alex Vanderbeek, Aiden Olson.
Nice.
Ethan Delaire was fourth, and then Logan Prismanis and Jackson Anderson also in that race. But it looks like they didn't start. Plex Spec had Ryder, I'm going to kill this last name again, Gottalch was first. Katie Kenworthy, who I don't recognize that name, so maybe a new person. That'd be awesome. Was second. Motega Clancy was third. Yahweh was there, finished fourth. Cannon McLean was fifth. Alex Eichler, again with his new buggy, was sixth. Owen Hook was seventh, and Steve Eichler was eighth. So they got in the double duty Friday and Saturday. Let's see, what else do we got? So 13.5 4-wheel drive. You had Jackson Anderson with the win. Caden Bairding, wow, was there. So the Bairdings came down. TJ Williams was third. Corey Tannehill was fourth. Tyler Studer came up from KC in fifth. And Travis Clancy finished sixth.
Nice.
And then you had trucks. John Bairding with the win. Logan Prismanis was second. Tyler Fleming was third. Ryan Hodgson was... this one's got a whole bunch. So they must have ran maybe mini truggies and stadium trucks together. So I'm going to take a guess here and say that Ryan Hodgson and TJ Williams were second and third with the 13.5s, and then Logan and Tyler were first and second with the mini truggies. That's an educated guess on my part. And then mod buggy, even with all of us gone, we still had a great, like, it's one of the coolest things about the Plex is we have a mod buggy class weekly, almost no matter what, on a Saturday. Yeah, Tom Rinterneck with the win. Ethan Delaire was second. Aiden Olson was third, and Alex Vanderbeek looks like he failed to start this one. Not sure what happened, but. And then stock buggy. There was there's 10 of them. Caden Bairding with the win. Jackson Anderson finished second. TJ was third. Tyler Fleming fourth. John Bairding was fifth. Eli Webb, Daniel Bender, Cole Webb, Tyler Studer, and Travis Clancy. So that's your full weekend of racing, with a lot of us gone or either planning to be gone. So with all of us there, we probably would have had close to 50 entries.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what happens this week for club racing. The feedback I got, Tom said the track was really good. That's what I heard. On Saturday,
I heard it was taking silver slicks.
Yeah. I had instructed Trevor to go out and work on the track a little bit. Like there was some holes that needed to be filled, and I showed him, where I get my dirt from, how to do it and everything. So, hopefully, he said he did. He said that he had some help too, which is great. So if you're listening, you're one of the guys that helped Trevor. fix up the track a little bit while we were gone. We appreciate it. We thank you very much.
Yeah, chime in so we can say your name.
Yeah, chime in. Better yet, do a super chat and give us money to chime in and say your name.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the ultimate chime in.
All right, let's. We've been on for 1 hour. We're making really good time.
Yeah.
Not much to talk about this week, honestly. Really.
Yeah.
Before I get to the comments, did you see the new Fortec from Traxxas? It's those like 34 Fords or whatever.
No, that sounds cool.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to bring that up so we can talk about it real quick. So it's the Fortec, the larger Fortec that has the Corvette body on it.
Is it the Nitro one?
No, it's not a Nitro Fortec.
Oh.
Although that would be cool, but we don't even carry the Nitro Fortec anymore.
They still make it?
I think so.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if they don't have it in stock anyways, but I'm pretty sure they do. Hang on, Traxxas Fortec 3.0. Where's that body at? What do they call those things? They got a name to them, and I can't remember what that name is. Let me put in Fortec truck. We're totally prepared.
Yeah. I want to make a car that's like Nitro, and it's like a street car, and call it like the Street Weasel. I don't know why that just sounds really funny to me. Street Weasel.
Street Weasel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What did they call
then some guy would be like, man, my dang weasel quit working.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm so...
What?
I brought this up, and now I can't even find the name. So...
Yeah, we'll get it in editing.
Yeah, we'll get it in editing. The crazy thing is, like, we couldn't find it. We couldn't find the name of it to pre-order this week. So
really?
Yeah, so we were like, Kip was like freaking out because he had one or two people that wanted to pre-order it. And we're like, we've got a bunch of them on order, so we'll just take your name and call you, and everything will work out fine. But yeah, and it's probably because they call it something else, and I'm trying to find it, and it's not coming up, and it's really upsetting me. Oh, Factory 5. Hold on. Factory 5. Traxxas.
It sounds like a new team up
5.
That sounds like a new team up movie from like Marvel about some guys that work in a factory, and they all got like one guy fell in a vat of acid or something, or nuclear waste factory.
Yeah.
They're now the Factory 5.
So the Factory 5 thing had been on there. So they had these Snap-on limited edition bodies for the Fortec. And now they're bringing them out. They're bringing them out as like not Snap-on bodies, but just like a standard car that you can buy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So there's one that's a coupe and then one that's a truck. And that's right. That's why I couldn't find them, because they're called the Factory 5. So that's gonna be cool. That's just. I mean, at least they're coming out with the new stuff. I mean, it's on the same chassis, but it's been limited, but everything that Traxxas has come out with this year, we've actually had a couple times in the store at least. I think we got in all the Broncos right now, the new 2021 Broncos.
The Factory 5.
Factory 5. Okay, here we go. Going all the way up to the top. Cole Webb's on here. Joel Florkey was on here. Dylan Haas. Joel Florkey was one that asked earlier, how can I get started in RC car racing? We said, buy an RC car and race Plexspec, or your beginner class at wherever track you're close to. If you're locally, the cool thing too, it's only $5, so that's pretty neat.
At our track.
Yeah, at our
Your
track.
track might charge more.
Your track might charge more, but ours is only $5. And
wait, tell them the Hobbyplex only charges $5.
Yeah, the Hobbyplex only charges $5. So the way that we do Plexspec on a Friday night is all Plexspec entries are free after your first paid entry. So if you got a family of 4 and you're all racing Plexspec, it only costs $5 because you're paying for that first entry, and then the rest of them are all free. if your
$5.
if your first entry is like Tommy Smith racing mod buggy, then you pay $20, and his daughter still gets to race for free. So it's just the way we do it. Okay, the first actual question, Jackson Anderson, what does gluing the tire foam to the wheel do? I heard people talking about doing that, but don't know what it does.
On high grip, it gives your car a more direct feeling. Like if you're like catching edges and stuff like that, it'll kind of keep it from, it can get kind of edgy if you do that too. So it's kind of something you have to try it and see what it does for you. I don't know if you necessarily want to do it at our track though. Maybe in the front.
Because I've accidentally glued my foams to the wheel. So
in 10 scale or 8 scale?
In 10 scale.
Don't matter. I mean, it's totally different.
Oh, but do you use? So we're talking 8 scale.
Yeah.
So do you just super glue like it? Do you just peel it up and then glue like you would glue a tire and press it back down and let it dry?
What I did is I took the glue straw. I'll show you here, like on my Tri-Flow or whatever. I just take like the straw and stick it into the foam and pull it out like while squeezing glue on each one of those notches, and that way it just stays where I put it.
Oh,
you know.
Okay.
That's what I've always done.
Okay.
So it keeps it kind of pretty. I mean, there used to be tape. You know, I actually have a whole big roll of double back tape to tape foams to wheels. MIP made a tape that was like the correct length to do a 10 scale wheel.
That's right.
I just feel like it kind of makes the car like really numb.
They always sent that at
whatever.
giveaways.
What's that?
They must not have sold that very well because that was some of the stuff that they'd always send for giveaways.
Yeah, I think that this, because I've always glued them. I tried the tape a few different times, and it's just like it's harder to kind of get it where you want it.
Yeah,
like using the glue, like it's just there.
Yeah,
like you put it goes exactly where you want it. Whenever I've done it, I mean, it's just something you have to try and see if you like it. I mean, it pretty much if you're running slicks, you might want to do it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it this weekend on my two-wheel drive car.
Yeah.
Why not? It's club race. Who cares?
Sure.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I would.
If it works, maybe I'll do a video on how to glue foams to wheels.
Yeah.
We'll see. Travis Clancy's on here, says hello with a little wave. Hey. Rob the Mouth Melon from Washington State says, what up, Alex? Good job on Father's Day, you and your boy. Thank you very much. It was fun. We're going to go drag racing again September 5th. That's when it works out for us. So I told Emerson not to have any high expectations.
Yeah.
I don't know if lightning will strike twice, but at least now we've had some experience. So, and by then we'll probably have J Concepts hotties on that 13.5 car.
Yeah. Right.
So, Steve RC, is the store open on the 4th? It is, but I think we close an hour earlier because it's on Sunday. So I think we're open 12 to 5 on Sunday instead of 12 to 6. So if you want to get out and get some truck time or you need some stuff, we will be open. And then to follow up, he said, Steve RC says, yep, Alex Eichler got to run his B6 2D in the main, and they were both got to race each other in the Plex heat on Saturday. So that was really good.
Great.
Peter Renault wants to know whatever happened with your scooter.
Which one?
I think this is directed towards me.
Oh.
So, my scooter turned into a Sony A6400 mirrorless camera with Rode Pro shotgun mic and a handle holster. Basically,
Yep.
The part that they needed was no longer made, and so the decision was made to just basically give me my money back and wait for something else. And I couldn't wait, so I went and got something for the channel instead. So I kind of getting a good camera, something I've always wanted to have, and eventually I'm going to be able to use it on like our after hours live stream and stuff, so the quality is a lot better video. But yeah, that's what happened. It turned into it went from something that's like this big into something that's this big.
Yeah.
So maybe one day, I'm kind of done spending money. My wife and I, we did that refinance and kind of took a little equity out of our house, and I don't want to waste it on dumb stuff. So I think I'm done spending big money on stuff for now. Then he says he's almost Peter Renault's almost Plex spec ready.
Nice.
So, hopefully Canada will open up one of these years, and you'll get to maybe come down to the U.S. and race sometime. That'd be fun.
One of these years.
They had a really cool race in Canada. Did you see the J Concepts Canadian Nats?
No, but I heard about it.
Dude, that track looked dialed. Like real dark, black dirt, hard packed. Jumps all seemed to work. The layout was pretty freaking cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
That was good.
Then we got into some chat about the racing this weekend. Saturday, Steve RC said the Saturday four-wheel drive A-Main was pretty awesome to watch, so it must have been a really good one with the top dogs again. Andrew Barrett said the truck race was crazy, a crazy finish as well. Andrew Barrett said that they patched some stuff up and Josh McMullen was helping, which makes sense because Josh McMullen, he's kind of he's a motocross guy too, so it's not like he's never been to a track and knows what to do to stuff. Looks like Jackson Anderson also helped, so that's good. John Haas got himself got Dylan a 22X4 for his birthday. And then he says, do you suggest stock shock oil or 35 front, 32 rear? My suggestion is build that car completely stock because that's what I did, and that car was dialed. Like, I didn't change a thing. And that car was really good. So I'm sure there's setup stuff out there that is different, but man, the stock setup, they nailed it on that one. You know how sometimes these companies will make a stock setup it's developed to be kind of neutral for everybody, but it doesn't really work very well.
Yeah.
Not the 22X4. The 22X4 out of the box is really, really good. So, yeah, Andrew said stock setup on that thing is pretty good out of the box. I agree. Peter Renault wants to know for Will, what springs and tires did you put on your gas truck?
I'm running truck white rears and truck gray fronts. And then in the video that we posted, I was running gold compound ellipses front and rear with Dirt Tech foams.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna put
pretty
that
standard stuff.
I'm gonna put that video on YouTube. So YouTube's got a rule where it'll only it only allows you to. You can post all the videos you want, but you're only allowed 3 videos a day to ping. So last week, that's why we didn't have any pings on our live stream.
Oh.
Because I had already posted all of Saturday's racing on Monday because that's when I had time to do it. So I only posted 2 videos from the truck series, and then I had us going, so it would ping, so these guys would all know that we're on. Tonight I'm going to post the rest, and then I want to post your gas truck video on there as well. So
okay,
it's only like a minute and a half long, but I mean it's good content. That's some good driving, and plus you don't get to see that many gas truck out there right now. Thanks, really good.
Well, hopefully we change that. That'd be cool.
So 2 weeks, is it 2 weeks? So 3 weeks. So we got Club Race, Summer Series, and then Truck Series.
Yeah.
And then so our next Truck Series is in 3 weeks. So we'll see if we get some gas truck guys to come up.
Yeah, that'd be great. I really bummed out I wasn't able to drive that thing this last weekend.
Yeah, that was the one downside to the whole deal.
Yeah, I was going to drive it around on the FTR, and I was like, This thing's all clean.
Yeah, I mean that track is that track is an 8-scale track though. I don't think that would have been very much fun, to be honest with you.
No, I pretty much just rolled all the jumps and got it dirty.
Yeah,
but
or
it's
broke
okay.
or broken.
Yeah,
like that would have
broken.
sucked if you'd sent it off that front triple to double it, and it caught something weird and ended up breaking you.
Yeah, I was like, eh. Well, I was like, the next time I'm going to drive this thing is going to be at the Plex, and
yeah,
like it still looks like new even after the tanks we ran through at the Hobbyplex. So
yep. Steve RC says Alex broke his top plate where it screws into the shock tower. Is there a tip to make it stronger, or so? Do I need thicker oil in the shocks? The top of the screw snapped off. Honestly, that's probably just bad luck. Because I don't think you see
what
on the B63, the front top plate where the shock tower bolts into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I would assume that's just a bad break. I don't think you're going to find that to be a common thing.
No, I've had the same titanium screws in my car for since the B6 came out.
Yeah.
I've recycled that same kit through 4 cars.
I did have a problem with my car with the front clip and the bulkhead, how they squeeze together. It pulled out. So for a little while there, one of the reasons why my car pushed so much was because it was out, and so the front end was moving and flexing, and I didn't know it until I finally got a chance to look at it, and then I replaced it and squeezed it back down, went out and drove it, and I was like, oh man, my car's awesome now.
Is strip the screws out?
Uh-huh.
Weird.
Yeah, that's what I said. So yeah, Steve, I think that's probably just a bad break. I think it's just bad luck. John Haas says Dylan's building and he's supervising, so that's pretty good.
Nice.
Riley Filbert, didn't you move your arms back? And I assume you're probably talking about the 22X4. I honestly don't remember. Maybe I did. I don't think I did, but maybe.
Details.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I left mine alone for the most part. I did try Durango front springs on it once just to be funny.
I remember that.
And that didn't work at all. Yeah. Peter Renault says, a man can't live on only 2 race videos. And yeah, I know. I'm going to get the rest of them up tonight when I get home. I just I didn't want to ruin the ping. We get more viewers if people are reminded. So, and I think that's it. That's all the stuff. So, kind of a short show, but that's okay. That happens every once in a while.
One thing's for sure, I have Jason Haley's truck engine. I told him I'd break it in for him. I need to start on that.
Nice. We drove Emerson's 8-scale for a little bit yesterday. I wanted to work on that idle a little bit more. And, I leaned the bottom end even more, and then got the idle screw, kind of where it would come in and go without dying.
Yeah, you always got to work the idle and the bottom end together.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So hopefully we'll be ready for the next one. We've got a month to think about it.
Yeah.
Did you see they announced Fastlane announced their the riot this year? It's September 10th, 11th, 12th, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So that kind of works with our schedule, because it's a week before the Summer Series finals, and so it's basically just a club race. So I'm gonna see what my money situation is. If I can, I'll know if I can go to that after we come back from the Cheyenne shootout. Yeah.
You think you just go down there Friday night, or?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Unless it rains. It's one thing I don't miss at all is the outdoor racing with the rain.
Ooh, do you think they'll have gas truck at that race?
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Ooh.
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But think about it. This weekend, almost every with the exception of where we were, and it was threatening us a little bit. I mean, it was drizzling every once in a while.
Yeah.
But basically, with the exception of where we were, from the Rockies east, almost everything got rained on.
Yeah.
And ruined a lot of weekend events. Did you see Axial Fest?
Yeah, there's like standing water.
It was a mud
like you had
fest.
to get out your waders.
It was a mud fest. Just, oof. I don't know if I would have enjoyed that or not. I don't know. I don't like getting my crawlers wet and muddy. That's not my thing with crawling.
Yeah, I like to keep my car clean. Yeah. I like clean cars.
I mean, the one cool thing about Axial Fest, you really can't get rained out because it's crawling. So I mean, I think they got most of their events in regardless. It's not like a race where you need like a prepared track and corner marshaling positions to be safe and all that other stuff.
Right.
So, okay. I think that's it. Unless you got anything else. You got anything you want to talk about?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go back home and play with my crawler course for a little bit before I head in for the night and start getting videos downloaded and start looking at editing our weekend race video. And I got to start getting a hold of door prizes for the summer series. I usually do that around the 1st of July, so I got to get going.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, this show, as always, brought to you by Pivot Lending Group, and you can find them at pivotlending.com. And mention our show to Don Zoller or Aiden Olson's dad, and you can get yourself $500 lender credit or 0.125 off of your interest rate on your next refinance or home loan. And we used that $500 lender credit to take care of stuff, so we didn't have to pay anything out of pocket. It worked out really well. Yeah. That's it. Big thanks to Will Brinton for being on the show as always, and for hanging out with Emerson and I all weekend. And
I had a great time.
Yeah, it was a lot of
I'd
fun.
do it again.
Yeah, would poop here again.
Yeah.
There was a lot of gases exchanged in the truck.
Yeah.
For 6.5 hours.
9 out of 10 would race again.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to go.
Okay.
All right.